Hello, everybody. Welcome to my single-player Minecraft world. I'm finally back from clay collecting. Well, it took like 3 months or something. It's incredibly short travel. But yes, we're back. We have clay, so this should hold us over for a little bit. Hopefully. Probably not, actually, for the project I have in mind for it. But hopefully I can do another trip. We have to find a better way of doing it, however. Using those mules is great, however, there's a problem with them. And the whole, like, 2,000, I don't even know how far it is, 3,000 blocks we have to go is mostly okay through that nether rack tunnel I've dug. Oop, that didn't make it. But it's when we have to go through the tunnel that I've made somewhat nice, where there's all these places for the mules to get stuck on, that we run into problems. So I might need to make a better way, because dragging 5 of them behind me, like for that whole tunnel, I had no problems, and then I get to my tunnel, and then they get snagged and they disconnect, so you have to go really slow. So might have to resolve that if we want to do it again in the future. But anyway, we are here today. We are in 21B still. There have been new snapshots out since 21B, but I don't know if any of them have really been all that stable or offer us anything really good in terms of performance and stuff. So I've never upgraded the world beyond 21B. There was always something in a snapshot, some glitch or something. So just patiently been waiting for them to kind of more refine them and get closer to release with 1.8, since they have been doing a lot of like code rewriting and basically rewriting the game. But it looks like they're at a stage now where things have improved quite a bit performance-wise. So I want to take a look. And I wanted to wait till we could get back to the village here and get everything loaded up and do a little bit of comparison on what difference should we expect here in the world. Am I on like fancy? Looks like I'm on not fancy. It looked like I was on fast for a bit there. So let's see, what do we have on Mipmap? I think they got rid of this setting, didn't they? So we'll see here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and update Max. We could just throw that up there for now for testing purposes. Okay, so I'm going to just do some F3 and A's, which will regenerate terrain. This is where we should notice some significant improvements. And if we look at our frame rate, it's not too bad. It's about 30, 20 to 30. Playable. It's definitely playable. My old computer, I'd probably be getting about 5 frames when I was recording, 5 to 10, 15, depending on where I was in the world. But I think at the village, it was pretty much like 5 to 10. So that wasn't playable. And now I'm down to about 20. It gets a bit choppy. So let's go ahead and upgrade, and let's see the difference between 21B and 30B. And we're back in 30B. So we're getting about, I'd say about almost double the frame rate. I would still dip it down to the 30s. So let's see. It does feel pretty good though. It does feel smooth, doesn't feel like dipping. Now one of the huge things is how quickly the terrain generates. That's pretty quick. Probably even quicker on other machines, but for me that is much faster. And we also have access to some render distance. So I believe 16 was the max before. It's now doubled. I don't think my computer would handle 32 chunks. I'm probably not one recording, but we could see how far out it will go. It doesn't look like it's going out further. Maybe it is, and I'm just ignorant. Oh, there we go. It's rendering, but it's rendering from the back all the way forward. That is incredible. That is really far. Like that. Is that the desert? I think that's where I go get the sand from, actually. Straight ahead where we see that light. That is my sand quarry. Typically outside of render distance by quite a bit. So that is cool. We won't be playing probably with this, and I'm guessing this affects mob rates as well. So by rendering out all this area beyond my village will open up some dark areas. I'm not sure how this affects mob spawning. Well, they are still beyond the 128 until things just despawn instantly. Maybe it doesn't make a difference if the render distance goes beyond that limit. But anyway, we are going to remain in this version, but not at that render distance, because I think that will cause us problems. But we could probably move up to 16 chunks instead of the 12 I used to be at, and we'll play around with that. I do get a couple freeze ups occasionally, but I think it might have been my graphics driver. I've tried upgrading stuff because I've had some crashes and stuff in other series or when rendering or when recording. My whole computer just blue screens, so I've been trying to track down what's been causing that, but anyway, so we're back. I've got some plans. Now there are a whole bunch of new stuff added to the game. One of which is banners, which I might play around with. I don't think any of this is going to be new to you guys. Probably by the time you see this, it's probably pretty old. Wow, there's actually sticks in there. I didn't expect to find sticks. I don't know what I was expecting to find. But yeah, we can make some banners like a dat. Same way you make a sign, but with wool. And then you could take dyes and various things. They changed the heads. They look a little weird on item frames, mind you. But wither heads now have a 3D effect. Whoop. Oh, you're so cute. Boop. I think they still look the same when you place them. Yeah. Oh, they have a breaking animation, though. Ooh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff got some breaking animation. What are you? Spruce leaves. These might be some old leaves, I think. Some old, like, sheared or silk touched or something. Back when they used to be different. So that's probably what's going on with those. So I don't think we have to really worry about them. But yeah, you can do stuff with skulls, which is pretty cool. And you can also do stuff with, what else color should we use? Gray. So you do up to 6 things with them. Grab some green. And that's 4 things. Let's try that. Maybe some white. But yes, what else is new? A whole bunch of stuff. Oh, X-rays. I think X-rays are now like permanently broken with the new rendering engine. The way it will only render what it sees. So I don't think it's actually rendering anything below the ground. I'm seeing some glitching from the corner of my screen there, like that. There we go. Maybe there is X-rays. But that might be because these are transparent blocks. It's rendering what's beneath them. I'm not sure. Or not transparent, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's play around with what we got here. I don't mind wasting wither skulls because we have a lot of wither skulls. So this is actually kind of cool. Oops. If I could access my... Where is it? Here? Where are my crafting grids? I thought they were in here somewhere. Am I too far forward? Maybe there isn't one in there? Okay. I just went in this one. I know this one's here. There it is. Okay, anyway. So I'm not familiar with all the things. I've seen a bit from like DocM and all the people, lovely people that do those. The Snapshots video. Farming us for all the nice changes in a nice video. So thank you to all those people. Seth Bling and DocM and Exumavoid and many, many others, I'm sure. So there we can't really see because it's gray on gray. So this is supposed to do like a diagonal line, or we could do an X. So we might have to come up with some kind of symbol for our town. I'm not sure. Clearly not all the ones that I'm trying are working. So that does there, but doesn't do there. But I guess I could do that and then do the same thing on that side. And what does that give us? 2 stripes. Cool. And I'm trying to remember where... Oh, it's on that side, right. So we'll probably do the cross last. So let's see. There's a diamond shape, I think. Is that a diamond shape? Looks kind of plus shaped. That's kind of cool. Okay, what else can we do to it? You can see the colors that I like. There's no bright... Okay, what about... Can we do like a diamond? Oh, I had something. There's that. That probably should have been under the cross. Oh, let's just try it. We're just experimenting. That's okay. What else should we do? We have... How many left? We've done 1, 2, that's 3... I think. No, 4, because we did green too, didn't we? Oh, I don't know. I've already forgotten. Maybe we should do the skull. And what else? Should we do the skull now, or should we do... Well, that puts it white. That puts a square. So you can do the corners like that. Okay. Could do a white one, but we already have a black one. There's a way to do a circle, I believe. Actually, there's a way to do a flower. Let's grab a flower. An oxeye daisy, I believe, is the one. We might have to go to our little flower farm, which I never finished. Just like everything else in this world. Work in progress forever. We have one. Good enough. Right, excuse me. Pause here. It does feel very smooth running around, which is nice. So we could do that. That gives us a flower. Cool. Now what if we do the skull over top of that? I know there's some interesting combinations that were present in Doc M's video. I'm not trying to recreate anything specific. Where's my crafting bench, guy? I want my crafting bench. There we go. Found it. It's fine. Okay. Then we'll do that, and then I think we might be done. Yeah, so now we can't do any more. That is our limit. And what do we have? That looks... Oh, that looks silly. Kind of looks like a ladybug or something with a face on the back of it, right? It's still got the eyes, but then it's got like the smile. But then those could be legs. Oh, it's beautiful. So I don't know much about these other than that. I think there's some glitch where they only take up the bottom part of a block. So like you can put them inside of a block. Might be some decorative purposes for sure with these. We'll have to see how much they change too. Like, can you, I guess oh, you can place it on the wall. I didn't even know that. That's cool. I like that. Where is it? Give it. Give me. Give me my, give it back. Give me back. I want it. Okay, you can put it on the wall, but you can never ever have it back. Oh yeah? Why I oughta? That didn't work. Okay, well, what if we... Oh, I hit it there. I saw the collision box, or the hit box. I saw a box, and it was good. So that's cool. You can put it on stuff. So why don't we... What if we put it right here for now? This is odd numbered. Boop! There we go. It's our temporary flag. It's beautiful. Excellent. So there's a new way to get skulls, wither skulls, and actually the other skulls are now available. Whoa, you see that? That's messing up. That's crazy. Crazy sauce. Okay. So what is going on here? This is supposed to be a stair. It's turned. So if I do this, it's supposed to give me access to... Did they fix that? I can't access the crafting grid. This trick may no longer work. I mean, it worked over there, but there might be something else going on. So all these no longer are necessarily functional. That's interesting. Not sure why that is, because it does seem to work over here. And some of my other tricks for accessing other things still work, like we have down here at the bottom. I have an ender chest that is accessible through the stair. Nope. Okay, so that is changed. Okay, that's interesting. It looks like the box, like this guy's supposed to be placed like that, but you can see the collision box. So it's like I placed him like this. Because I can still... Oh no, there I can't. So it's like the opposite? It is. Okay, well, that's weird. So it's different than it used to be, but it still works. Or I just am missing something. Very strange, very strange. But anyway, guys, how about we... Let's see, anything else that we need to talk about? Oh, I guess temples and stuff. There's been a lot of stuff since I've been playing much in this world. Even on Olympus, we've kind of halted. And one reason we've halted updating on Olympus is they kind of broke the witch farms. And if my whole base revolves around the witch farm. Currently, witch farms spawn all sorts of mobs, so I'm kind of waiting to hopefully see that fixed. You can just go in there for now. Hoping to see that fixed before we update, and hopefully by 1.8 that will be resolved. Unless it's an intentional change, then we'll learn to deal with it. What happened to my wheat farm? A lot of it disappeared. Or uprooted itself? Not sure. Or maybe some water spilled. Not too sure. But yeah, there's temples with the whole new guardians and stuff. I don't know where there are any in this world, but maybe we could try to find some. I'm thinking out by where I just was, our mesa biome. I think there's an ocean somewhere out there. There could also be some instances like Ethos. Some of his old terrain is kind of an ocean, basically, in 1.8. So because of that, it actually still spawns the guardians. It doesn't spawn the temple, but it allows the guardians to still spawn there. So I'm assuming that might be something what happened to the witch farm, is it got broke because the terrain changed. However, I thought they resolved that by saving the structured data, such as the Wither Skeleton farm and the witch huts and the villages. So I thought all that was supposed to be kind of unbreakable. Now I'm going to make a whole bunch of cyan. What do we need for cyan? Green and blue, is it? Give me green and blue. Cyan, please. Cyan. Do we need more than that? Wow, I don't have much lapis. Oh yeah, I do. I just have to harvest it. Right. Start with that. Actually, that might make a whole bunch, because it only needs 8 per, so that's 16 stacks right there. So yeah, we'll have to see about guardians and all that kind of stuff, and whether we do anything with them, and when. The sponges are cool, but I don't know if I really need them. There's other ways of getting rid of water that you don't need to cook in a furnace, so it's a really cool and neat feature. I just don't know any practical use. Might be cool for certain like contraptions, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see about that. Okay, so that's there. That's interesting about the stairs. I hadn't seen that. I do know they look weird, don't they? Like in your inventory, they're facing a different direction? I can't remember. So we need a lot of cyan clay. We also need a bunch of red clay, which I could just have brought red clay. I will probably go back and maybe get some red clay, but I'll probably make some red clay just so we can get going. But I want to use cyan. I want to use red. We're going to need, I think, black or possibly light gray glass. It's been a long time since I've looked at the design. So I'm going to get ready and we're going to start a project. Ooh, those look weird. Look terrible. 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 So the area I want to work in is here. So the reason we went for the clay was for our tunnel system that's going to be going... Are you Petrie? Please be Petrie. Please. Hi. You're not Petrie. You're nothing to me. So, we have the tunnels that I want to put all the way around the village, and I've talked about them quite a bit, but we've never really done too much with them. There's one. And I want to make it on the same level as all these. I think I mentioned that. So we might need to make some changes. Like if we go over here, and I think I mentioned this before, but it's been a while, so we might as well kind of go over it again. How is our terrible ink farm doing? 4. You're terrible. Well, it's to be expected. It's pretty small. So anyway, we're right here. So I wanted to actually line up... And I don't really have any blocks that I can use. Let's go in here. Boop. Whoa, that was weird. You see how we threw the pearl? Oh, is it... What? It's like fixed. If I throw it this way... we'll see when we're going back. Essentially, this is too low. So this whole tunnel I've dug out is great, but it's lower than I actually want it, now that I think about it. So what I need to do is raise it. Let's see what we have to do. It's not a total dead loss, however, because I think we'll be able to make use of this lower area. Because I do want the redstone basically running throughout these tunnels as well. So I think it might be neat if we had the redstone below and then our tunnel above. And if we can make it so we can see the redstone below it might be kind of neat. And if we can do it in a way that is pleasing. So I think that's the same height. Yeah, let's check this out again. It's like a frisbee. It's like the ender pearl is a disc. When I assumed it was a sphere, but oh, it's you. I don't like you. You don't do anything except annoy me. So yeah, if we make it so that this tunnel or this walkway, obviously not in cobblestone. Ooh, that was weird. Can go straight across, and then I have to basically dig these tunnels out again. But it won't be that bad with the old haste 2. I don't think it'll take that long, and I think in the end it'll look better than if I take this and I try to transition down. Here, not so bad, but if we go to all the other areas, I think it's just going to end up more problems than it's worth. So I think it's worth just raising everything up so that's the same height as here. So if I wanted to have, say, that tunnel going that way, which is right there, I could move that tunnel over here and just line it up with this. So we can go straight through this way. Doesn't impact the farm. We can go straight through that way till we get to the beacon, or at least the hallway that meets up with the beacon. And then same with over here. We can dig that way and we'll meet up with that same tunnel system. Now we don't have any way of going that way, but we could try something. I mean, we could either make this walkway continue around the corner and maybe go down that way. Who knows? Or maybe we don't even need access that way. We can have 1, 2, and 3 directions that will hook us up to our beacon system. So that's the plan. I think what we will do is maybe start here. I just wanted to show over there because I thought it was easier to demonstrate. I'm going to do a bit of work here laying out the idea for the tunnel. I played around in a test world a long time ago, actually, and came up with this little design. I had to like go onto my old computer and find that world and load it up and get some screenshots so I could remember what it looked like. So let me go ahead and build that for you guys now. Spooky. I lied. I'm a big liar. I've done nothing. Okay, so here we are by the beacons. So I just basically dug that tunnel. Well, I didn't dig the whole tunnel. I dug a straight line all the way down here. And the reason I did that is I wanted to... The tunnel I have in mind is a repeating pattern. So I thought it might be best. So it's like a 5 wide. So it won't be at this height, but let's just say it will be in line with the center of the beacons. And I think that is the center of the beacon in terms of where future beacons will be. Is it? Can we get up? Well, why don't we go... Oh, that one's different. Let's go up here. I love that. Little disc. Ah! Interesting. Further, please. Thank you. Okay, so 1 beacon here, 1 beacon there, 1 beacon there. So yeah, that is indeed the center of the beacon. I had a lot of fun with that. Okay. Whoa, hello. So if this is the center, my pattern is 5. So 1, 2, that's the tunnel, which means this is going to be a tunnel, which means this should be a dividing line between this pattern going this way and this pattern going here. So now the repeating pattern, we can make any amount we want. But I'm going to make sure I start from this side, and I can either do some counting and figure out something that works, or if we do like every 8 blocks, we'll count from here, go 8 blocks, and then have that repeat or what have you, and do that all the way down. And then whatever ends up remaining on this end is the way it'll be. So instead of having a gap, hello. So instead of having like 8 here, we might have just 3 here, or I have to do something different to tie in this part to that part. It's nighttime. Bam. So yeah, that's just my thinking there. Thought I'd share that with you. I think I'm going to, I might, because we have a lot of cyan, and actually cyan's going to be running down the center of this tunnel. So I might just dig this all out and fall. Nope, didn't fall too far. Dig this all out, get the cyan there, do some counting, and be right back. Okay, so what I did here was every 8th block. Whoop. So there's 7 cyan. I was about to say 17 for some reason. That's not right. There's 7 cyan between. So it's like 8, basically 16, 32, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of works. And you can see here there's just this small little gap of 2 blocks. So that's okay. I think I can either extend this glass a bit further so it meets up with that, which might be the way to go. Or I could just blend that into the entrance into this tunnel. Now for the tunnel. Okay, guys, this thing with the stairs, I think, is a bug for sure. The hitbox just seems to be fixed, so it might not matter which direction you put a stair. It will always have the same hitbox. No. Not sure, but if you look here, I can't place a block on here because it's actually looking right through that block. However, I can see the hitbox right here. So if I tried to, like, put a block up in that corner, it would put it on the side. Very strange. Very strange. Oops. Okay, so that's the general idea. It needs work. I think it definitely needs light above. Currently the only lighting is in the floor. So maybe we should do something similar up above as I've done here. So the idea is we've got all this red clay. There's 3 rows of red clay. The reason why there's 3 rows is because that's as far as you can see, or you're supposed to be able to see. And this is supposed to go 1 more. So yeah, that's to cover how far. So if it's only 2, like it is there, you can see it. But if it's up to 3, it covers everything. There's a lot of dark spots, it seems. I hear mobs. But that was the idea. We'd light it from the bottom. Now, in terms of the redstone, if we were to run redstone, we could actually... I guess this doesn't really work for that. What we might end up having to do is get rid of a strip of red under there and open it up. And then we'll make it a little box of red down there instead of just a row of red. And then the redstone will be down there. The reason for this clay is I think I want to have a rail system that goes through here. So there would be maybe a dispenser right here to dispense a mine cart. And you could hop on it and traverse the tunnel. So I think that is the idea. Now I'm trying to do this in a way that is easy, relatively easy to reproduce. So this tunnel itself isn't too bad, and I've gone ahead and I've kind of chiseled out what is needed for this tunnel. So if I did this all the way down, that's typically how I do my tunnels and stuff that takes a long time. I do it in parts. So instead of building this and then moving and doing the exact same thing here, and then again here, I do it in stages. So like I laid this out first, and then now I'm going to probably dig this out. Although I'm probably going to wait to see if I can refine the design maybe a little bit and figure out how I want to incorporate the redstone. And if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. Same with the ceiling, I'll probably make some changes. So I don't want to get too carried away with it, but I did want to get something down so you guys could have an idea of what it would be looking like. But yeah, it's a bit too dark here, so I think it would look better if some light was bleeding through. Maybe even if I just put, like above that is just cyan clay. Oh, did I even... Nope. I thought I had my silk touch. So maybe we could put a lamp up there. I don't know. We'll have to see. And yeah, this arch is supposed to carry through. I'm supposed to have a slab here. I just don't have any. So there'll be a slab, a stone slab right there in the middle, and the pattern would continue down. So I think that kind of covers everything. So most of it's just clay, really. And yeah, I wanted something that I could for the most part, reproduce. And I think this is good. But yeah, where would we put the redstone if we wanted it visible? We could have it even going along the side, and you could see the redstone in a repeater or something, and then when it turns on, I think, you know why I decided not to have it shown? Because we would never ever see it. I think that was my thought process when I did that tunnel. Because originally I did want it that way, so you could watch the redstone go. But what's going to happen is we're going to have a control panel here, right? We're going to want a beacon on. We're going to go like that. This doesn't work. And it's going to turn on a beacon. Right? We're not going to be able to go... I'm going to see it. I'm going to see the redstone. Wait for it. Wait. Wait for me. Don't go yet. I want to see the redstone. Am I too late? Only by like a minute. So, I don't know. Maybe we don't need redstone. Maybe the redstone will still be below. We just don't need to see it. And that way I can make use of the caves, or the tunnels that I've already dug at least. Over when we get here, I'll have this area down here. I can run redstone, and we could do all the redstone for these rooms. I think that might be neat. So when that pathway gets to here, and it's at what height? It's at ceiling height. So when that tunnel gets, basically, this will be where our feet are. And what I might end up doing is moving all the beacons down a bit as well. Because what I want is us to come into a room, and we have the beacons below us, and we have a glass floor of some kind. And then we have the piston mechanics that can turn on and off the redstone, and I want all that to be visible and make it look very mechanical and, yeah, give it some kind of, I don't know. I have a vision in my head. Whether we can make it transfer to Minecraft, we'll have to see. But I think that is going to be all the time we have for today. Man. There's no haste. There's haste. Speed. Speed. But yeah, that's going to be all the time we have for today. Wanted to get these tunnels finally started. So I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on the current design or anything we spoke of today, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you. Petrie? Petrie! You're not Petrie. Petrie? Petrie!